Earlier this week, in this room, in fact, we talked with a visiting star. Ben Affleck is promoting his new film, Gone Girl. He's been talking about it so much, as you'll hear, it has almost cost him his voice, but we then learned he still has a lot left in reserve. Because I think we both have. This is what it's really like to talk to or listen to Ben Affleck.
One of us has the best quarterback in football, and the other has a sort of a mishmash.
Did you miss the victory last week?
No. There's guys that the Red Sox fans hate.
You know, the only problem with our new stadium out in the Bronx is we are running out of room on the exterior for the banners.
The problem is with the cars built in the 60s, they're the best cars ever, but occasionally the battery dies on you, and you find yourself like,
two words.
Cables?
Trickle charger.
Yeah. He doesn't understand Tom Brady's genius entirely in the way I do.
Would we call this year so far genius, though?
You know what? I like the New Jersey Giants, and I like the New Jersey Jets, and I look forward to going to Jersey to see them play.
Perhaps because the star of Gone Girl then noticed we'd gone to great lengths to put the title in our great big screen, Ben Affleck then started talking about the movie and the central question involving his central character. Is he a good guy or bad? Did he kill his wife or not? It includes some not subtle send-ups and takedowns of real-life media figures and a media coverage plotline that Ben says he has lived himself.
It moves so fast. The internet demands so much, and there's a shorthand. It's like, oh, what's the one-liner on this guy? And it's what the last person wrote, and the last person wrote. And so once you get these kind of labels put under your name, they're very hard to get them off.
Perhaps because his mother was a teacher, the kid came roaring out of Cambridge, Massachusetts with a restless mind. He hates the shorthand version of how his career is depicted in the years before and after his early splash and writing Oscar for Good Will Hunting. Those years included Dazed and Confused, and he might have been a little bit of both as he went on to survive the Geely and Jersey Girl era. As the years went by, he started to exert command and control over more films. He was sharp as one of the company men. He then wrote and produced and directed and starred in the very gritty, very Boston gem called The Town. Then came his signature piece, Argo, Golden Globe for Best Director, Academy Award for Best Picture, and his status in Hollywood was cemented.
I'm responsible. I'm taking him through.
His life was cemented at home as well. In Gone Girl, which, like the book, contains a lot of plot twists, he plays a twisted guy. He says it helped to go home at night to a fellow veteran of the craft, his wife, Jennifer Garner.
It's good to be married to someone who's an actor as well, because it is like swimming in a lot of muck every day, and it's hard to wash off, you know, when you get home sometimes.
The couple have 3 beautiful children, not shown here out of courtesy. The Afflecks are stalked each day of their lives by paparazzi, rides to school, to karate, for ice cream. The parents realize they made a bargain to be in the public eye, but they have fought for legislation in California to keep their kids out of the picture.
There's now a law in the books that you can't kind of stalk children, basically. I mean, you would think that law would already exist somehow, but it's as such, it makes it more difficult to take pictures of people's children, and there are media outlets who have now agreed, hey, we're not going to run those pictures, you're right, it's tasteless.
Back on the set, these days he's filming the new Batman on location in Detroit. Sadly, the city was chosen in large part because so much of the former architectural marvels there now have that post-apocalyptic Batman look, which he sees as an opportunity to point out where we've been and where we might be headed as a country.
I mean, it's really, frankly, I think quite disgraceful that we've allowed a great American city that we leaned on in the Second World War to produce our tanks, to produce our planes, to help us in the war effort, to now be, to lie fallow in the way that it does. And, we get invested in nation building elsewhere, and I think sometimes for good or ill, but we have nation building to do at home for sure.